Gareth, the whole EFL fixture schedule is in a bit of disarray at the moment. I guess we're fortunate on one front that we haven't been too disrupted here at the training ground and at the club, but unfortunate that the clubs that we're facing have had these outbreaks and it's thrown plans into disarray.
Yeah, fortunate or got to give credit to my medical staff as well. We do test, and Cian does get a little bit of stick from the boys with his rules, but I'd like to say that we're minimal here on the COVID cases. Touch wood if there's any anywhere that we can stay that way, because you never know. And some clubs have come a cropper, but Cian, Isaac, and Ali, and Dr. Bob Sanger, I think they've done a great job. And like I said, maybe we've been fortunate as well, but some clubs have really been hit hard. We were ready to play. We want to go. We're in a good place. We've got momentum, and it's unfortunate that the Boxing Day game's been called off. But you've got to respect, people at Cambridge and people in football. I'm very lucky that my family is young and fit and no underlying health problems. But people aren't always like that. There's people who live with grandparents, or there's very young children, or people who have these underlying health conditions that they're so worried about getting this. You've got to be so careful, and so we totally respect that and totally understand that. And hopefully, everyone who's tested positive lately, not just in football but everywhere, can recover very soon. This pandemic, I feel, is coming to an end. I'm hoping that this is this last big burst of this Omicron, and after this we can get back to some normality. But it's worrying times, and we're really fortunate here. But as I say, we put things in place. The boys test every day and try and stay as socially distanced as possible. But it's hard at a football club, it's the togetherness is what we live off, and so, like I say, hopefully football will get back to normal soon. But we'll be training hard for the Ipswich game now on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? That fans want something to look forward to over Christmas. Boxing Day football is such a big part of it, but that opportunity for a game comes around quite soon afterwards, and two massive away trips at a big stadium. I think Ipswich has sold 25,000 tickets. First game in charge of the new manager, that could be quite some occasion, and you've got to keep your focus on that. Yeah,
of course. I'll just go back to Boxing Day. That is my first one off for 32 years, I think. So I'm going to enjoy it. I was going to Gillingham, but that's been called off, and so there will be definitely some football watched, but it might just be for once as a normal fan watching on the TV. Like I say, it'd be nice with the family, and I think that once we've made that decision, I want all my boys to enjoy this time with their family, because I'm going to ask for a hell of an effort now after this, because Ipswich away, big pitch, Portman Road, what a fantastic place. We've been there before, and we loved it. Got a great result there. New manager Kieran McKenna. We have no idea what's coming. He's very highly regarded in football circles, and he's one of these new coaches who are almost Manning and Garner. Coming from the youth setups to head a coaching team up of this, and in football now you have all these various positions and directors of football, head of recruitments, scouting. I like to say at Wycombe, that I'm still in control of all that, which is great. And some teams do it one way, some do it another. So we're looking very obviously technical game, but again very very up in the air what's coming. We'll have to do what we're good at, and we'll be working hard on that early part of next week. And then, as you say, soon after that, Sunderland at home. So two huge teams. What fantastic fixtures these are for Wycombe Wanderers. What fantastic fixtures these are, and I think we can't run away with ourselves too much and think we want the next level. Look at where we are, Look at where we are. Ipswich and Sunderland, these are brilliant moments for this football club. And we've got a chance in both games, big chances. I want to win both games, which is something that you probably wouldn't have heard, us say in the past. So enjoy Christmas, enjoy Boxing Day, boys, but there'll be a huge effort for these games coming up. Fingers crossed they'll be on, and fingers crossed that 25,000 at Ipswich will be there, because I want it there. I want these boys to experience that. We're going to be well up for these games. The fans have been brilliant, and I want them to keep coming in droves and get behind this team, because this team is a fantastic team to be proud of.
really sad news this week with the passing of David Roberton, someone who I know was very close to you, particularly in the early years of your tenure, and someone who worked with every department of the club, really, from the women's team, the Sports and Education Trust, the club, the volunteers, the ex-players. He was a real club man, wasn't he, and he'll be dearly missed.
Yeah, Dave. Well, obviously we've lost ex-players, we've lost people throughout the year, and you hear the names, but you weren't really close to these people, so the connection isn't as big. I'll have to say, when I got this message, it stopped me in my tracks. It really did. I just have so much respect for that man. He never had a bad bone in his body about anyone, about anything. Whenever anything went wrong, or when he was always so supportive of this football club, whether it was me, whether it was the players. He felt guilty at times because we had no money, and we had, the trust at the start. It was quite chaotic. Everyone had come, and we all knew, trying to take over a football club. He wanted to, sacrifice himself for the team, for the club, and he did. He did all those jobs for nothing. He came in because he loved this club. I think he played in the youth team back in the days, and fell in love with the place. And although he lived out in I think it was Letchworth or Hertfordshire, he still made the trip to come to the games, to come to training. Right at the start of my tenure, he was director of football, which was a title that probably he was new to him, was new to me. But we made a real go of it that season, and obviously we almost got relegated at Torquay, and I remember David coming on the bus, and I think he bought a bottle of champagne and gave it to us on the bus on the way home. He was just a phenomenal guy, a real phenomenal guy. And then the season after, obviously the signings of Joe Jacobson, Cito John Barty, Alfie Mawson coming in, Aaron Pierre, those signings, Dave was there when these were made. He was there when I was ringing these players, and his excitement was just like mine when we were getting these names through the door. I'm just so proud to have made a success of things at Wycombe together with David, because he played a part in us getting to the Championship. You played a part right at the start, and he's left his mark. I'll always remember him as a guy who would do anything for you. You asked him, he would be there for you. He would do anything. He didn't want to burden anyone else, but he would be there for you. Typical Wycombe Wanderers, giving, and always giving. We had some real laughs. We had some tough moments, and I'd just like to say that he was one of the great guys that I've ever worked with, and my prayers go out to his and my thoughts go out to his family. I know Phil, his son, and his close friends, because he'll be sorely missed. But he definitely left a positive mark on Wycombe Wanderers, and rest in peace, David.
Yeah, it's moments like this that really bring the Wycombe family together, and although we can't all be together on Boxing Day, I know you'll be thinking of those fans, and can't wait to see them back at Evans Park and in the new year now.
Yeah, moments like this make us realise how together we are, and I always say football is very high on my priority list, but there is a couple of things higher, and that's family and friends and people. You've got to get your values right, and this game is a fantastic game, and I will give everything for this game, but I would never go above those things I've mentioned. And so Christmas time is about being together, and when I say family, we've got this Wycombe family together. Once you're in it, you're in it. Just like David and the fans and the ex-players we've lost over the years, they're always in it, and they're in it forever. And I'm a lucky guy, because I'll be in this club forever. And enjoy Christmas, please, everyone. Really enjoy Christmas. Be proud of what we've achieved here, because it's a great football club. We're talking in this new media suite now, and the pictures are fantastic. The boys realise how lucky they are. We're not these prima donnas that run out there expecting things. Nobody is righteous in this place. I always keep them humble, because that's what we are. That's what we thrive on. That's our strength, and I feel that in the fans on a Saturday and Tuesday evenings when I come in. They're always behind us. Win, lose or draw, they're always there. And I'm very proud of them. Thank you for all your support, everyone. Have a fantastic Christmas, everyone at home. Boxing Day we can have off this year, but get behind us at Ipswich away and Sunderland at home, because we're going to need you. Hopefully 2022 can be our year. Come on, you chair boys.